So
So,
yeah,
being said that now, so what's your thoughts on analytics in tennis? I mean, I have heard like a lot of players do use that to perform better. So yeah, like what are your thoughts on that? Like, will it be helpful for Indian players or any player rather?
Like this is a very good question because you asked me. You both are
mm,
engineers.
yeah,
If we
yeah,
don't have data, we cannot improve.
yeah.
That's
Right,
true.
right.
Data is everything,
Data is
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm.
Correct.
every single thing. And today's world, it's even more beyond tennis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Totally right.
Everybody is trying to get that data. The moment you enter anywhere, sir, आपका number, आपका email, now. It's
Uh-huh.
all about data.
Correct.
So basically,
Hmm.
even when we take trial in our academy, before
Hmm.
somebody joins in or somebody wants my feedback or wants my help,
Hmm.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
take
Hmm.
a trial which is of 2 to 3 hours.
Hmm.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that trial is completely based on data and stats.
Hmm. 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 Okay.
And data analytics is so important that after
Hmm.
every single match, you don't get
Hmm.
opinions, you get data.
Data.
Right.
It's
Hmm.
not
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
Chetan is saying this, Arnav is saying
Hmm.
this, Deepak is saying
Hmm.
this. No,
Hmm. No, right.
you only your only percentage of your serve was 50%, and that's your reality. It doesn't matter what
Correct.
Chetan
Hmm.
says, it doesn't matter what Arnav says.
Correct.
Right. Right.
If you can only
Hmm.
make 5 serves out of 10,
Hmm.
you need
Hmm.
to go back to
Hmm.
court and start serving.
Correct.
Right.
Doesn't matter what Arnav thinks.
Right.
Right.
So our trial is very simple. What we
Hmm.
do is we make a certain area where you're supposed to hit balls, and we want to see how many balls can you hit.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay.
And these
Okay.
are the easy balls. These are the hand feeds,
Hmm.
dead
Ah,
Hmm.
balls.
okay.
Okay.
So it's the
Okay.
easiest ball in terms of knowing where the ball will come. You're just standing
Hmm.
and hitting.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I
Get
have
it.
taken, I have personally taken trial of more than 80 players,
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
and the percentage is less than 30.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
And there are India
hmm.
number one, India number
Hmm.
two, 10,
Hmm.
15, I
Hmm.
don't know,
Hmm.
because
Hmm. Hmm.
that's not the criteria. The ranking
Hmm.
is not the criteria, at least in
Right.
India.
Right.
So imagine, like out of 80
Mhm.
players, the average is less than 30.
Hmm. That's
So I think
interesting.
data is really, really important.
Hmm.
Really, really important.
Because not I believe not many are like aware of that, at least because they believe whatever coach says and that's there. I mean, end of the match, you can't remember each and every pinpoints of what you did wrong or what mistakes you made. You can't like recollect all of them. Once you're out of the court, you hardly even think of only like one or two good or bad moments. So
Correct.
yeah, I believe a lot of tennis players do travel with the same thing. I mean, I believe many can't afford having a coach. With that being said, and they whatever they are doing, the changes what they think they should work on is all there inside their mind. Once they go out of the game, they whatever they believe. Oh, I think I missed out on few backhands here and there. I think I made few unforced errors or something. I think I have to work on that because working on the data, having that data analytics and everything comes at a later point wherein you are able to afford these things first, right? So we are yet to crack this first, and then
But I
they
also I
believe.
also think it
Mm.
you necessarily don't have to invest in it.
Okay, okay.
You can start it with very basic data.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very basic.
Mm-hmm.
You make a single zone in a code. Let's say you
Okay.
are going cross. You make a
Mm-hmm.
zone and see how many balls can you hit in that zone out of 10 when you are
Mm-hmm.
standing, when you are in your
Okay,
comfort zone.
okay,
Now see how many balls can you hit when you are on the run.
okay,
okay.
okay.
This is very simple. You don't need to invest a
Mm.
single penny. You're practicing
Mm.
every day. Just make a
Right,
target.
right, 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 right.
So I'll give you an example.
Mm.
Uh, I was not sure if I was hitting
Mm.
on a good pace or not, and there
Mm.
was no speed guns or nothing.
Okay, okay.
So I thought, how will I find out like फेडरर की
Mm.
पेस क्या है और मेरी पेस क्या है?
Right, right. That's yeah.
तो जितना भी मेरा दिमाग था, what I did was
Mm.
I went on YouTube. मैंने
Mm.
फेडरर के रैकेट के कांटेक्ट पे पॉज किया.
Okay.
और ओपोनेंट और फिर प्ले किया और
Hmm.
ओपोनेंट के कांटेक्ट पे दोबारा पॉज कर दिया और मैंने स्टॉप वॉच पे चेक किया।
Oh, okay.
मेरे पास डेटा आ गया कि उसकी बॉल 0.76 सेकंड्स में वहां पहुंची।
Oh, that's
मैंने अपना चेक किया, मेरा 0.96 में हुआ
okay.
एवरेज।
Okay.
Okay.
मैंने फिर
Hmm.
15-20 बार देखा, अपना किया, ऐसे ही
Hmm.
किया।
Okay. Okay.
अब इसमें मेरा एफर्ट बहुत लगा कि स्टार्ट स्टॉप पॉज,
So,
पर पैसे तो
correct,
नहीं लगे ना।
Correct.
correct.
Correct. Correct.
और मेरे
Correct.
पास डेटा आ गया कि मैं फेडरर से 0.20 सेकंड्स पीछे हूँ।
पीछे हूँ.
Exactly.
Hmm.
अब इसके दो रीजन हैं, या तो मैं अपनी पेस बढ़ाऊं
Hmm.
Hmm.
या मैं बॉल को अर्ली लूं
हाँ,
टाइम काटने
Hmm.
के लिए।
correct.
फेडरर मोस्टली अर्ली लेता है।
Right. Right.
बट आपके पास एक और चीज समझ आ गई, आपको अपना अपने बारे में पता चल गया कि हाँ, अभी आई
Hmm.
नीड टू वर्क ऑन माई पेस टू गेट टू
Hmm.
दैट लेवल।
Right.
तो
Right.
डेटा कैन बी
Hmm.
अटेन्ड इफ यू रियली वांट टू एंड यू नो हाउ टू।
Right. That totally makes sense. That totally makes sense. There has to be awareness. Yeah, as you mentioned, like there has to be an awareness which has to be created because data is the real truth. You accept it or not. Sometimes, भाई ये मेरा data हो ही नहीं सकता. I believe I did really good in forehands. ये तो
डिनाइल में एग्जैक्टली हाउ यू
yeah,
सेड इट,
हाँ,
डिनाइल
hmm,
में कि नहीं नहीं नहीं
yeah.
ये
नहीं,
सब
नहीं,
क्या
नहीं नहीं
ये
भाई ऐसा हो ही नहीं. So
एक्चुअल नहीं है
yeah,
ये।
right. But yeah, we should
Like
like not.
if I can record players reactions after those trials,
नहीं.
you just see their faces.
I can sense it.
मेरे को क्या खेलना नहीं आता, मैं कब से फोरहैंड मार रहा हूँ क्रॉस पे।
Right, right, right. That's there. So we have to come out of that and start believing in data because this Sabalenka or Rebecca, everyone the top elite players, the
No, no,
difference what they do. Mm,
every player, not just
mm.
in top
Yeah,
100. You
yeah.
start tracking as soon as you go to a good coach.
Right, right.
Doesn't matter what's your
Yeah.
country, what's
Mm,
your location, what rank you are at. If your
Everything is there.
coach is has a decent knowledge, he will
Mm.
or she will tell you
Include
that
that
you need data.
data.
And it's basically like going to a school. How
Okay.
you make a notebook in your school,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
though everything is in the book, you're supposed to do it with tennis.
Tennis.
Correct.
Right, right, right. That totally makes sense. No, I mean, that's a good point. All of these information, many would not be able to, find it anywhere else because we see players and we come up with so many questions. Oh, how do they do this? How do they train? How do they practice? What if? So yeah, probably this, just talking to all the experienced player like you, we would, at least give a information at one place to D Sport AI podcast wherein every player can come and at least see how, I mean, let's say they would be seeing you, okay, there's academy 3040 where I can go talk to them about my goals, my aspirations. They can help me out and at least it'll be a medium to connect. So that's what we are thriving to do it. So yeah, that's a good point, Anna.
Like
So
I'll also tell you
yeah,
this. Do you
yeah,
know where are you supposed to spend money in terms
yeah.
of all those things? If I have to pick one, it has to be your nutrition.
Okay, okay,
Like I'll
okay.
give you an example. A lot of top players go through different tests.
Hmm.
It can be of agility, speed, strength. So
Okay,
what they
okay.
they what they do is they measure what fluids or what
Hmm.
nutrients your body is losing in strength training, in
Okay.
agility, and in
Hmm.
speed.
Hmm.
Based on those nutrients,
Hmm.
they make your energy drink during a match.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that is
Yeah.
only possible when you have that data.
Okay. Yeah,
super.
right. That again comes with the data.
Also,
So,
like when I was
mm,
training, you have this machine. I don't remember. It's I think called Virtu or something.
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
So it's connected to that thread, and whenever you bench or you
Ah,
do that
okay. Okay.
exercise, it
Okay.
can tell you
Okay.
the velocity. Like, okay, this
Visits.
time your pressure was 10.3, but in
Okay.
this rep it was 10.2. So
Got
you're
it.
supposed to maintain that number. I
Mm,
have that
mm.
app. I don't remember the name. I
Okay.
think it's
Okay.
Virtu.
Okay. Okay.
And also with one more thing. Also like
Hmm.
this, there are depending on the level of the player. If you are
Mm,
training for speed work,
Hmm.
you are
mm-hmm. Mm.
supposed to start your next set when your heart rate goes under 129.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
Again,
okay.
depends
No.
to player and fitness
Hmm,
trainer
hmm,
to
hmm, hmm, hmm,
like
hmm.
right person has to tell you this. I don't have enough knowledge. My fitness trainer
right,
does.
Right.
So my
right.
heart rate during that workout used to go up till 210,
Oh, okay,
and he
okay,
used to make me start another set when it used to go below 129.
okay,
Oh,
okay.
Until then, he was like, "No, you
right.
are not ready for the next round." So it
Right.
has to be that
Mm,
specific at times.
right, right. That's a good point, Arnav, because I've been seeing, lot of, like heart attacks or something. They have been occurring while they are, running on a treadmill or something. Probably something of this would, definitely give a clear picture that you have to maintain your heart rate and everything. So yeah, nutrition is the best part. Sleep, nutrition, these are the core thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these are the beautiful points, right, which you put forward, because not many
Exactly.
people would be knowing,
Knowing these
right?
things.
Once
Yes.
yeah, so that's the I think that's the whole intention, reaching the information at
Correct,
least
correct,
to
correct,
give a thought on, hey, you have to give a thought on your nutrition and your fitness level. Tennis, I mean, at one point everyone would put in the same 6 to 7 hours every single day. Everyone would work out, so these are the things wouldn't actually make a difference, because it's not generic training anymore, right? It's a individual training from now on, because what used to happen is, hey bhai, ek have a banana, energy aa jayega, tu khel le 2-3 घंटा. It's not the same, as you mentioned, it's not the same, right? We have to work with the data. Every single player would have his own set of data. Probably, I believe, a tennis player should not be worrying about all of this. There should be a medium, there should be, like, sports analytics or something, which has to be given for a player, wherein he just have to focus on his tennis game and everything else is being taken care of,
correct, correct,
just like
correct.
European associations and USTA. So yeah, I think we need something of that sort. I mean, probably, uh, you know engineers can help on that part. Probably that would be good, and at least creating awareness would be a vital factor here. That's a really a
Like
good thing. Mm.
you mentioned about sleep, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of trainers
Mm.
and lot of also psychotherapists,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
they also say this:
Mm.
sleep is the best supplement.
Yeah. Right. Right. Exactly.
Like Federer,
Mm.
until he was playing, he was making sure he's sleeping 10
Sleep.
hours every night.
Right.
Oh,
That's his
10
recovery.
hours.
Mm.
Because sleep is the best recovery.
Right.
correct.
Right. That's a good point, Anna. Probably, yeah. Let's we youngsters, at least, we'll create a ecosystem wherein, if we want to reach out to someone, we should not like hesitate. Oh, like, how do I reach out for this kind of information? We need to have that, like a clear bondage, at least with like our players, at least to support each other and help them grow, because everyone would be knowing. I mean, everyone would be having their area of expertise. If we can, like, club
Correct.
through, probably we would, like, be able to make a huge difference for Indian tennis, at least. So yeah, with that being said, I think we have already taken enough of your time,
Enough of
and
your time.
yeah.
Completely fine.
So because I mean, I did not notice the time. I mean, I was so, like, love, because I mean, I just want to love talking about tennis. And
This is the best part
yeah.
of the
Mm,
podcast, which I really like
yeah.
when you check the time and okay, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's exactly right. That's the, I mean, yeah, we just doesn't feel like you're talking about something. You're just, like, having a conversation, and
Correct,
it
correct,
collectively
correct,
would be of so much
correct.
Correct.
of information. So yeah, I forgot to ask you this. How was your journey on the Shark Tank
Correct.
India? Just, like, if you want to, like, briefly
It
talk
has to
about
be
just. Oh,
one of the life-changing
yeah,
experiences for me.
Oh,
right. That's a big
So
achievement.
I was I don't know if I am not anymore or not, but I was
Mm.
very shy, very
Yeah.
shy.
Yeah, yeah.
अगर मेरे को दिख जाए कि घर में गेस्ट हैं, तो मैं एंटर नहीं करता था।
Same, yeah. Get it, get it.
तो
That's.
बेसिकली अ,
Mm,
मैंने शार्क टैंक का पहला सीज़न देखा, इंडियन शार्क टैंक का, उससे पहले मैंने शार्क
mm,
टैंक नहीं देखा था।
mhm.
mm.
एंड आई फेल इन लव विद द शो
Yeah, yeah.
इतना मजा
Yeah.
आया मेरे को कि ये तो मैं
Mm,
कर सकता हूँ कि यहाँ पे मेरे को जाना
yeah,
है। पहला
yeah,
थॉट
yeah.
यही था देखिए कि लोग क्या क्या कर रहे हैं और इज इट दैट
Correct.
इजी और इट इज पता नहीं।
Correct.
So they
Mm-hmm.
announced for the second season, and I was sitting with my dad.
Yeah.
Like, registrations are now open. So I said, let me try.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, देख ले मन करता तो ठीक है, doesn't matter. Just your first year or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I applied. It was,
Uh,
I think, 5 or 6 pages or 4 pages in the
Mm-hmm.
first form.
mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
even to fill that form, it took us 7 to 8 days.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Is
So
everything in detail.
detail. Mm.
Mm.
And after I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we got first email that you have cleared
Mm.
first round of Shark Tank.
Awesome. Mm.
Then you go to the second round. In second round, they give you another form which is of 30 pages
Oh,
and it's online
that's.
and it is like 1,000 words about your vision, 1,000 words about
Mm-hmm.
this, 2,000 words about
Mm-hmm.
this, 5,000 words about
Mm.
this,
Yeah.
and you have to
Right.
record your video. You have to
Mm.
tell us what's your product, what's your journey, every single thing. So this
Mm.
is the first time I had to
Mm.
record myself,
Myself. Okay. Okay.
and
That's.
I um I switched on the camera, and the moment it
Mm.
got on, I was
Yeah.
blank.
Yeah. I get it.
So it
Right.
took me like I think 3 hours to record a 2 minute video.
Oh, insane.
And it is exactly what I'm saying right now, what I was
Mm-hmm.
saying in that. But
Right.
I
Right.
don't know what happened when the camera
Mm.
turned on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but after those 3 hours, I thought it is possible to,
Mm.
actually speak in front of the camera.
Right.
That's great.
Because for those 3 hours, it was only me in that room,
Mm-hmm.
nobody else. So there was no
Uh,
feedback, there was no nothing.
Mm.
It was just me recording and focusing on recording it. So
Mm-hmm. Got.
that gave me a
Mm-hmm.
boost. Okay, I can face the camera. So
Right.
took us another 1 month to fill up that form,
Okay.
and we submitted it. And then I got another mail in 2 or 3 weeks that you have cleared second round of Shark Tank. Now third round
Awesome.
will be an in-person interview
Mm.
with judges of the Shark Tank, and it will be recorded.
okay.
And you
Mm-hmm.
have to prepare a pitch of somewhere between 0 to 3 minutes,
Okay.
and then they will ask you the questions exactly what you see on the TV.
Mm.
TV. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
my this personality was in Delhi itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never felt this nervous even before a match. Never. Because
Awesome.
uh, they told me that there were 4 judges or 5 judges. I think four, five, five. There were
Oh.
five
Mm.
judges, and there are 4 or 5 cameramen in that one room.
Mm-hmm.
And
Get it.
I was focusing on my pitch because बहुत सारे लोगों को लग रहा था कि पिच में क्लैरिटी नहीं है.
Got it.
I was
Yeah.
I was supposed to start with my pitch,
Mm-hmm.
and after my pitch, the girl said it.
Mm-hmm.
इतनी clarity. So that
Ah,
was a very good start.
nice. Mm.
And then they asked me questions for like 40 to 45 minutes. And
Oh,
I think
okay. Mm.
20 minutes or 15 minutes into the session,
Mm.
that girl or lady, whatever, these were
Mm-hmm.
also like top 40 fortunes or something
Oh,
businessmen.
okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Awesome. Mm.
So I think 15 or 20 minutes into the pitch, that
Mm.
girl and I both were crying.
Insane.
So
That's
she took me how I actually ended up going to Europe for the
Oh.
first time,
ah,
how I got my ATP ranking, all those questions
that-
she covered.
oh,
Oh.
And then
that's
all those journeys where I stayed in a toilet, I stayed in a physio's bed, all of that
Oh.
came out in that pitch.
Oh.
that's an emotional story. I know.
So
Yeah, that's
that was
yeah.
that was
Mm,
something else. But
that's
even when if I
mm,
think about it, like how I
mm,
managed to go to Europe, it is
mm.
still too nostalgic.
Mm.
Okay, yeah.
Like I remember talking to the tournament director कि मेरे पास प्लीज पैसे नहीं है, आप मेरे को फिजियो रूम में सोने दो और आप मेरे को लॉक कर
Oh,
दो अंदर, मेरे को कोई दिक्कत
oh,
नहीं है.
oh.
और मेरे को अगर डबल्स में एंट्री मिली तो मैं एक दिन
Mm.
पहले दोबारा चेक इन कर लूंगा होटल में.
Oh,
And this is
that's
the tournament I got my ATP ranking.
Oh.
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy,
तो
man.
तो वो काफी सही था.
That's you would always have that positive part for your journey. I mean, your struggles and everything. That's inspiring, Arnav. I wasn't knowing about this part.
Yeah.
You know,
सो
that's really
बेसिकली क्या हुआ
inspiring.
था कि मेरा जर्मनी में स्टे और फूड आई वाज सपोज टू पे.
Okay, okay,
ट्रेनिंग वाज completely free.
okay, okay.
And for the first year, I was not getting anything paid from the club to play their matches.
Hmm, 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 hmm,
Second year, I was getting paid from the club. जो भी मैं matches खेलूंगा, again
hmm.
my training was free.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Now I was again paying for my stay and food at the academy.
Hmm, 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 hmm,
But
hmm.
after that, मेरे पास कुछ पैसे नहीं बचते थे ITF खेलने के लिए.
Okay, right, right.
तो मेरा मैक्सिमम बजट एक टूर्नामेंट का 200 से 250 यूरो हो पाता था
Okay,
पूरे
okay.
हफ्ते का. ठीक है, जिसमें से
Right.
40 से 50 यूरो की सिर्फ ट्रेन थी.
Hmm, right.
So I remember I was supposed to play a tournament 700 kilometers away from my city in Germany itself.
Okay,
और वहाँ पे जो
okay.
सुपर फास्ट ट्रेन थी, that was
Hmm.
around 200 euros,
Crazy.
and that was my almost the total budget of the train for
Right,
the whole week.
right,
All right.
right,
Okay.
right.
But it was taking only 1.5 hours to reach the destination, or 2 hours
Hmm,
at max.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
So I found a connection which took me 16 hours to reach the destination,
Oh,
but it
oh,
only took 35 or 40 euros.
okay, okay.
But in those 16 hours, I changed like 7 trains and 3 buses.
That's
And when I reached the tournament venue,
hmm,
that lady, it was closed and there was only a
hmm,
sweeper outside. It was
hmm,
7 in the morning at some time.
hmm, hmm,
And in
hmm, hmm.
Germany or in Europe, it's too early. Nobody
Right, right,
wakes up there.
right.
So somehow she let me in कि ठीक है आप
Hmm,
अंदर तो जाओ, इतनी ठंड है.
hmm, hmm,
तो
hmm,
वहां पे कोई नहीं था. तो
hmm,
मेरे को लगा यार मैं क्या करूं, मेरे को बहुत नींद आ रही है, मैं 16 घंटे से सिर्फ ट्रैवल ही कर रहा हूँ.
hmm,
तो
hmm,
मैंने ना आई हैड आई थिंक 3 track pants in my
hmm,
bag
hmm, hmm,
and 2 or 3 hoodies. तो
hmm,
आई वोर एवरीथिंग.
hmm.
और वॉशरूम में हीटर ऑन होता है.
Oh, yeah,
एंड
yeah,
आई हैड अ
yeah.
योगा मैट.
Okay,
तो
okay.
मैंने अपना योगा मैट
Hmm,
बिछाया, सारे
hmm.
हाथ अपने जेब के अंदर डाले, एक हुडी पहनी और मैं सो गया.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
और दो
inspiring.
घंटे में मैं आई वॉज फ्रीजिंग, इट वॉज कोल्ड.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
यू नीड समथिंग, कुछ ओढ़ने के लिए
correct.
यू ऑलवेज नीड, चाहे आप कितना भी
Correct.
Correct,
पहने.
Correct.
correct,
सो
correct.
मेरी आंख खुल गई. फिर मेरे को लगा ये ऐसे मैं नहीं सो पाऊंगा. बट तब तक दो
Hmm,
तीन लोग ऑफिस में आ गए थे एंड आई
hmm,
रिक्वेस्टेड देम कि प्लीज आप मेरा रूम
hmm,
खुलवा दो,
hmm,
मेरे को
hmm,
सोना है और
hmm,
कल
hmm,
मेरा
hmm,
मैच है.
hmm,
तो
hmm,
शी
hmm.
सेड कि आपको रूम 6:30 से पहले नहीं मिलेगा जब साइन इन हो. एंड दिस इज टिल 10:30 और 11:30 इन द मॉर्निंग. आप कहीं
That's
सामने स्ट्रीट पर सामने एक रूम है, वहां पे आप चेक इन कर लो. मैंने चेक किया वो
hmm.
रूम, इट वाज ऑफ 110 euros.
Oh,
नहीं कोई नहीं, मैं वेट कर रहा हूँ, आप जब तक खुलवाओगे
hmm,
खुलवा दो, क्योंकि ऑन
hmm,
साइट रूम था 35 euros का.
hmm, hmm,
Ah,
hmm, hmm,
तो फिर एक बहुत अच्छी लड़की थी, उसने मेरे
hmm,
को ऑफिस में ले गई लेडी. उसने मेरे
hmm,
को कॉफी पिलाई, एक एप्पल
hmm,
खिलाया, मेरे को थोड़ा
hmm,
ठीक किया. उसने कहा मैं अपना
hmm,
बेस्ट ट्राई करती हूँ आपका रूम
hmm,
खुलवाने की.
hmm,
उसने
hmm,
मेरे लिए
hmm,
रूम खुलवा दिया और फिर मैं सो गया. एक तो ये टूर्नामेंट था, ये भी ITF था.
hmm.
फिर एक था टूर्नामेंट एक और सिटी में, सार लुइस में. इसमें
Okay,
क्या हुआ, इसमें मैं सिंगल सेकंड राउंड क्वालीज आ गया.
okay, okay.
सो नाउ दिस इज आई थिंक स्टिल सैटरडे,
Hmm, hmm,
सैटरडे और संडे, आई थिंक
hmm,
सैटरडे. अब
hmm, hmm.
डबल्स में मेरे को था इस वीक शायद एंट्री मिल जाएगी मेरे को, और मेरा पार्टनर भी
Right.
ही वाज 1000 ATP. एंड एट दैट
Okay,
पॉइंट आई हैड नो रैंकिंग.
okay, okay,
एंड दैट पार्टनर वाज आल्सो माय रूममेट पहली रात
okay,
की.
mhm.
okay. Got it.
तो अब जब मैं सिंगल्स हार गया, मेरे को लगा मेरे 2 दिन वेस्ट होंगे और मुझे
Hmm,
मेरा मैच भी नहीं है. तो
hmm,
मैं टूर्नामेंट
hmm,
डायरेक्टर के पास गया कि आपके
hmm,
इसमें फिजियो रूम है, उसमें
hmm.
एक बेड भी है, मैं प्लीज यहाँ पे
Oh,
सो जाऊँ.
hmm.
तो
Got it.
मैं होटल से एक चादर ले आया था ओढ़ने के लिए कि
Oh,
ठीक है
okay.
लेट मी गेट अ
Hmm,
शीट. पर मैं एक ही
hmm.
लाया था.
Okay.
तो उन्होंने मेरे को अलाउ कर दिया दैट वी विल लॉक यू इन.
Hmm, hmm.
मैंने कहा
Okay.
ठीक है आपको जैसे करना है कर दो, बट आई
Hmm.
विल स्टे इनसाइड.
Provide me a place. Hmm,
हाँ. सो
hmm,
आई रियलाइज कि वहां पे उन्होंने ना खिड़कियां खुली छोड़ दी थी
hmm, hmm, hmm.
और लाइट्स ऑफ नहीं हो सकती थी.
Oh,
Oh,
देयर वर मॉस्किटोज ऑल ओवर.
hmm.
Now that physio bed is always that Rexine, no leatherite something.
Hmm, hmm.
So you cannot
Exactly.
sleep on it.
Right.
And I
Right.
had only one sheet. So either
Hmm.
I can,
Put it.
do they put it on or I can use it as a bed sheet. तो मैं 7 बजे तक सुबह सो ही नहीं पाया. अब मेरे को प्रैक्टिस करनी है तो फिर मैं 7 बजे रनिंग पे चला गया कि ठीक है थोड़ा भाग के आ जाता हूँ, कोई बात नहीं. फिर मैं सुबह, और मैं क्या करता था आईटीएफ में, मैं हर प्लेयर को वार्म अप कराता था.
ओके
ताकि मेरी सबसे प्रैक्टिस हो जाए.
ओके
तो फॉर एग्जांपल हाउ प्लेयर्स फिक्स ऑन आईटीएफ इज दे फिक्स विद 15 मिनट पहले, कोई 1 घंटा पहले, कोई 2 घंटा पहले, अपने मैचेस से जिसको जैसे पसंद है.
राइट.
तो जिनके आपस में फिक्स होते थे, मैं उसी प्रैक्टिस कोर्ट पे खड़ा होता था कि आप मेरे को एग्जैक्ट टाइम बताओ आपको कितने बजे वार्म अप करना है.
ओके
तो मैंने सबको आधा आधा घंटा वार्म अप करा के पता चला मेरा 3.5 घंटे का टेनिस हो गया.
राइट. दैट्स अ गुड वे.
ऑल 500 ATPs, 600 ATPs, 400 ATPs, मैं उनको आपस में नहीं वार्म अप करने देता था.
ओके.
कि आप अपने टाइम पे आओ.
क्रेजी. दैट्स
तो ऐसे मेरा बहुत अच्छा टेनिस होता था, बहुत अच्छा टूर्नामेंट. मेरे ख्याल से मैं एक पहला प्लेयर हूँ जिसने टूर्नामेंट्स में इंप्रूव किया इंस्टेड ऑफ प्रैक्टिस.
I mean, that's so inspiring, Arnav. I mean, as you say, like if आपको करना है तो आप करेंगे. You are the best example, is what I feel. Because
find a
I
way.
mean, the situation what you have been through and finding a way. Because many were like, अरे भाई मेरे को रहने का जगह नहीं है, जाने का ये नहीं है, finances नहीं है, and I don't have a hitting partner. How do I practice and all? I mean, you said you were a shy person, but I don't think आपका जब जर्नी देखते हैं तो I don't feel that is he shy? No, I don't think he is. Because you have done like so many things, approaching them, asking them. I mean, it's a journey in itself, right? I mean, that's so commendable, Arnav. I mean, that's really inspiring, man.
That's
I
really inspiring. That's
that
true.
was a story which I didn't knew until this point. So see, I mean, this is what I would love to showcase it to, because everyone would have so beautiful journeys. I mean, not just like fancy cricketers, celebrities ke log hai वैसा है. I mean, we have so many beautiful players and commendable journey and inspiring journey. I mean, they have equally talented people, and if we can put forward this to like many, I mean, we would be equally benefited by getting the inspiration from the journey, and at least to get started.
Exactly.
After seeing your journey, I definitely would believe, I mean, if there is an aspiring tennis player, if he's facing any day-to-day problems, he would definitely
Definitely.
make himself believe that अरे भाई अर्नव किया है, इतना सब कुछ किया है, मेरा तो कुछ नहीं है. Exactly, it is going to happen because it is making me so inspiring. अरे मे बी ऐसा कर सकता था. आई मीन
Exactly.
मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ तो मेरे को अभी फील हो रहा है. तो एस्पायरिंग टेनिस प्लेयर तो ही वुड. that's really nice. That's I
It's really
mean
nice.
क्या आपको मतलब यू नेवर फेल्ट लाइक कि मैं कहाँ पे आ गया हूँ? आई मीन वेर यू नॉट मिसिंग होम at that point of time, where you're not missing mom and
कुछ
dad, like
कुछ 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 नहीं फर्क पड़ता था दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है. मेरे को कुछ नहीं पता होता था दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है. मेरे को सिर्फ टेनिस टेनिस दिखता रहता था. अभी भी
okay.
ऑलमोस्ट वही होता है. अगर इंजरी नहीं होती तो मैं खेल ही रहा होता. और मेरी इंजरी भी हुई 3-4 महीने बाद ही, जब मेरी एटीपी रैंक आ गई.
Oh, okay, okay.
वो और सैड पार्ट था.
That's so you're not competing in the pro circuit, Anamabi, or your
So
recovery mode
as
पे?
per the doctors, so basically I was diagnosed with a blood clot in my brain.
Oh,
So
okay,
now that clot is dissolved,
okay, okay,
but my blood has a tendency of getting thick when I train or when I play.
okay, okay.
So now when you are playing tennis, you are supposed
Mm-hmm.
to train 7 to 8 hours, 6 hours. So
Totally,
now
yeah.
the threshold is around 2.5 hours or 3 hours.
Okay, okay.
And in heat, I'm not even allowed to play because the dehydration will keep on increasing.
Oh, if the dehydration increases, the blood clot level would
Blood will keep on
increase
getting thicker and
thicker.
it can happen again. तो
Oh,
एक तो वो
that's
दिमाग में डर है, और मेरे
exactly.
सिर में भी दर्द आ जाता है कुछ 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 हीट
Okay,
का होता है.
okay,
जबकि मैं
okay.
पूरी लाइफ 48 डिग्रीज में खेल रहा हूँ 5-6 घंटे, मुझे
Right.
फर्क भी नहीं पड़ता था कितने घंटे खेल
Hmm.
रहा हूँ.
Hmm.
तो अब ये मेडिकल कंडीशन है, तो इस पे आई ट्राई टू प्ले एज मच एज आई कैन. but
that
they
totally
said
makes
I
sense.
cannot push myself, although I want to, but it's not just possible.
Yeah, that's, I mean, that's yeah, you have
That's
to,
great.
like, take into consideration a lot of things. Yeah, health is the vital factor, correct? So that's so
That's so
inspiring,
inspirational.
man.
No, no, seriously, that's so inspirational. I mean, I usually don't talk much. I mean, till now you got to know Chetan does, but really, it's very inspirational to all of us.
Um,
Thank
it's
you.
personally getting me kind of emotional because I mean the way you have been through. I mean,
Correct.
if I can try and at least put myself in those shoes, I mean, it was kind of, I mean, not that much. I mean, when I came to US, I mean, it was pretty much the same. Lot of mixed thoughts and everything. Now the things have been, like, settled out. Everything is good, but I know what you have been through and what you're feeling. So, and that's like an totally emotional ride. Now, I mean, truly a hats off thing to you, man. I mean, you started your company. You loved doing what you're
What
loving
you're doing.
every single day.
Exactly.
That is in itself is inspiring. Not many are doing what they love. They should in fact be doing what they are actually loving, because they tend to think about money and career and a lot not. If you
Society.
society, yeah. So that's totally inspiring, Arnav.
बट
I
फिर आप
would.
अचीव कर दो तो
Mm.
फिर ये सोसाइटी वापस भी तो आती है.
Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's here. Society
वो
is
Exactly.
here
वो
to
वो
talk.
वो
Yeah.
वो फीलिंग भी तो बहुत अच्छी है.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true.
मतलब
That's true.
अगर एक
That's.
टाइम पे मेरे पापा के पास
Mm.
फोन आ रहे हैं कि उसको टेनिस क्यों खिला रहे हो,
Hmm.
और आजकल
Mm-hmm.
फोन आ रहे हैं कि हम भी टेनिस एकेडमी खोल सकते हैं क्या.
That's journey from.
That's great.
So, I mean, see, that's your gift of what you've been putting your hard and sweat and, I mean, everything, man. That's so, like, I have, like, no words to speak.
No, what's
I mean, you have already, like, dealt with so many things. I was actually, when I was, reading about you, I saw so many other things, but there is a lot of other
more
side
than
of
that.
your story
Yes.
as well, right? So
Like
I. Mm,
I'll tell you the best way for me at
mm,
least.
mm, mm,
So 2017, 18, and 19.
mm,
These were the 3 years where I was going to Germany for
mm,
first year was 6 months, then again
mm,
5 or 6 months, then
mm,
2019 was 3 to 4 months.
mm, mm.
पर मेरे को लॉन्ग टर्म वीजा नहीं मिल रहा था.
Okay, okay.
Again, I was
Mm.
supposed to get admission into a university, and at
University
that
and
time I
then.
was not able to figure out कि कैसे वहाँ
Mm.
का यूनिवर्सिटी कल्चर है. Then I realized कि यूरोप में पढ़ना is very cheap.
Oh yeah.
जैसे जो
Mm-hmm.
मैंने अपना मास्टर्स में भी एडमिशन लिया था, मेरे
Mm.
पूरे 2 साल की कोर्स की फीस 3 लाख रुपए थी.
Oh,
अब
that's
स्कॉलरशिप तो
interesting.
चाहिए ही नहीं, टू बी ऑनेस्ट.
Right, 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 right.
So how I got into
Mm-hmm.
this college,
Mm-hmm.
I was figuring out कि how can I get an admission in Europe, anywhere in Europe. क्योंकि मेरे को
Mm-hmm.
जर्मनी समझ आ गया था, तो मेरे को लग रहा था यूरोप भी मेरे को पूरा
Europe
समझ
is.
आ ही जाएगा. फ्रांस भी गया
Mm-hmm.
था मैं बीच में.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
तो मेरे को फेसबुक पे आई फाउंड दिस गाय, ही सेड आई हेल्प इन एडमिशंस इन प्राग.
Okay,
आई सेड
okay.
प्लीज टेल मी एवरीथिंग हाउ इट वर्क्स, आप कैसे
Mm,
एडमिशन कराओगे. कह रहे कोर्स नहीं
mm,
जानना आपको. मैंने कहा नहीं,
mm.
आपने कहा बस एडमिशन करा.
Yeah, yeah.
तो उसने मेरा
Mm,
एडमिशन कराया,
mm.
और 5 मार्च को
Mm.
2020 आई वेंट टू प्राग.
Okay, for your
और
masters. Mm.
और 6 मार्च को वहाँ लॉकडाउन लग गया.
Oh,
Oh,
तो 2 महीने
that's.
आई वाज इनटू अ
Oh.
लॉक्ड इनटू अ
Mm,
डॉर्मेटरी.
mm, mm, mm.
तो अभी नया देश है, मेरा जीरो कॉन्टैक्ट है. मैं सिर्फ उस
Correct.
बंदे को जानता हूँ जिसने मेरा एडमिशन कराया, और उसको
Admission.
टेनिस का कुछ नहीं पता.
Okay, okay.
वो शायद सिर्फ थोड़ा बहुत बैटिंग करता है कहीं पे.
Got it.
तो 2 महीने मैंने कुछ नहीं किया.
Mm,
30-40 का जो भी इंस्टाग्राम पे थोड़ा बहुत था वो
mm,
किया. तब तो
mm,
300 फॉलोअर्स होंगे, 400 होंगे,
mm,
कुछ नहीं था
mm,
सिर्फ. और पहले
mm.
स्टार्टिंग में सिर्फ कंसल्टेंसी भी थी.
Okay, okay.
तो फिर मैंने एक लिस्ट बना ली 2 महीने में कि यहाँ पे
Mm,
कौन कौन से क्लब्स हैं. मुझे सब में जाके वही बात करनी है कि आप किसी
mm,
के साथ भी खिलवा लो, जैसे भी है, मेरा
mm,
प्लीज टेनिस का देख लो, जिसके
mm,
साथ जो हिट
mm,
कराना है.
mm.
सो आई मेड अ लिस्ट ऑफ अराउंड 11 क्लब्स इन प्राग
Okay,
इटसेल्फ.
okay.
सो
Mm,
आई वेंट टू फर्स्ट 7 क्लब्स
mm,
कि मेरा ऐसे से है.
mm,
एंड दिस
mm.
वाज आफ्टर इंजरी.
Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Get it.
Injury happened in 2019,
Okay. Okay.
August. So I recovered and then I went
Oh,
to check
after. Got it.
because I did not give up then also. जब मैं recover हुआ, blood clot dissolve हो गया, तो I was like, let's start it again.
Okay. Okay.
तो अब मेरे को practice figure out करनी थी. Stay and food was never a problem. I was able to, somehow manage it.
Okay. Okay.
So now I needed a place to practice क्योंकि वही फीस है 2 लाख रुपए
हम्म,
महीना 1.5 लाख रुपए महीना. तो
हम्म.
7 क्लब ने मेरे को मना कर दिया कि यहाँ पे नहीं हो पाएगा. हम
Okay.
फ्री में नहीं खिला सकते किसी को.
Right. Right. Right.
मैंने कहा आप हिटिंग पार्टनर की तरह खिला लो, कैसे भी खिला लो, जो जैसे आपको ठीक लगे, आप बस मेरे को बॉल मारनी है रोज. तो मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ कि अगर मुझे पता है मुझे किस चीज पे काम करना है तो मैं किसी के भी साथ खेल के कर सकता हूँ.
Okay. Got it.
तो after visiting the 7th club, I got a call from the 6th club that I'm sharing a number with you. You can talk to this guy. And that guy was Ondra.
Okay.
So I called him up. He said, okay, you can come tomorrow around, I think he called me at 10 a.m. to make me play with an adult.
Okay. Okay.
And no. This was second day, I think. I don't remember exactly what day was it. But he asked me to play a set and I won. And that guy was really, really good. And I was
Okay.
playing tennis, I think after, I don't know how many days, 2 months.
Yeah. In the after the I mean the lockdown was still in place, and then yeah.
So I somehow managed to win against this guy. And while on a break, I saw Karolina Pliskova running there.
Oh, crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I asked him, what is she doing here?
Okay.
He said, it is her club.
Oh,
And
insane.
tomorrow you have a meeting with her
With
husband.
her. Oh.
I said, wow. So he said, आपको कल 10 बजे आना है. I think 10 or 10:30 he asked me to come and I reached there by 9:30. So I was sitting right outside his office and Karolina Pliskova walked up to me and she said, sorry, you will have to wait 5 more minutes. She is in another
Okay.
meeting. I said, yeah, sure. Take your time.
That's crazy. Oh.
And see the humility. She introduced herself. Hi, my name is Carolina.
Oh.
इंडिया में
आपको इंट्रोड्यूस
50,000 टूर्नामेंट जीतता है, वो उसकी चाल बदल जाती है.
राइट
Exactly.
राइट
So I met her husband and he talked to me for around 2 hours. He understood everything, what I was trying to say and what I've been through, whatever. He said, now go play with her.
Oh, that's
Straight
where
away.
you been hitting. Oh, crazy.
So for the first half an hour, I didn't miss a ball.
Okay, crazy.
And then we came out of the court and he asked her, like, how is he? She said, good, pretty good. So he said, from tomorrow onwards, you are a hitting partner.
Oh, that's
So he said, you can play here as long as you want. You can play with whoever you want. You keep in touch with Carolina and Ondra. They will keep on guiding you. And if you need any support from me, just let me know.
crazy,
awesome.
man. That's
So I figured out my practice, how I'm supposed to practice. Now, next day when I went up to that session, I see Daniel Velverdu.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Crazy. I mean,
Pliskova is one thing, but Daniel Velverdu is something else.
right.
He has been coach of Andy Murray, Dimitrov, Zverev, Wawrinka.
Yes, all the top ones.
So now it was me, Pliskova, and Daniel Velverdu on one court. Just 3 of us.
Yeah, I've seen your post on the
And
Instagram.
that was the scenario for next 7 months.
Wow.
Crazy. That's
And within, I think, 2 months, everybody in that club knew me. Because I was practicing with a player who's 11 years old, and I was practicing with a player who's 65 years old. Because I never used to say no. Whenever the coaches used to call me, I used to show up.
Okay.
Can you come at 6 a.m.? Yes. Can you come at 7 p.m.? Yes.
Awesome.
Can you come at 6 p.m.? Whatever.
Nice.
So I was again practicing 7 hours, 6 hours.
Oh, a day. That's like
And
a
I
routine.
got back, like maybe I was on 60% of my potential and I started playing ITFs.
Okay.
I played 3 ITFs. And then in October, my dad was like, it's been 10 months or 9 months, come back to India. So that's when I came back to India. And the day I took off, next day they announced lockdown again there.
Sure.
Oh,
And then there was a lockdown for straight 6 months.
that's where the peak level of COVID hit.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So this is
Then,
when I started the academy for the first time.
oh, it was in 2020 October-ish, right?
20 December.
December.
December. That's and you were like never able to like get back after, I mean, the lockdown and everything, right?
Because there was
Mm.
no point going there again. No?
Yeah. That totally makes sense. That's a crazy journey. I mean, I mean, I've like seen couple of tennis players वो उनको देख के ही खुश हो जाता था. I have never imagined whether at least उनका एक autograph मिल जाता है. That itself is a big thing. With you've been a hitting partner with
Partner.
Karolina Pliskova. That's on the next level. That's that's a crazy. I mean, you're one such example of अगर आपको कुछ करना है तो no matter what, no matter how
You'll find a way.
finances doesn't matter,
Correct.
you'll find a way. You're, I think,
अभी तक
the
मेरे को
best.
मतलब सात
Mm.
सात क्लब ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया था और आठवां
Mm.
सीधा प्लिस्कोवा ही निकली तो. बट क्या
That's
आप एक नई कंट्री में जाने के लिए रेडी हो और फिर
mm,
8 क्लब
mm,
विजिट करने के लिए रेडी हो
ready ho.
और
Correct.
ना
Mm,
सुनने के लिए रेडी हो?
Ready home.
mm,
Exactly.
yeah. एंड आई मीन इट्स अ डिफरेंट स्टोरी, राइट? इंडिया में आपको सब घर बैठे बैठे मिल जाता है, एंड वहां पे जाके इवन आई हैड टू वर्क पार्ट टाइम जॉब जब मैं स्टडी कर रहा था. सो दैट इज हाउ यू मैनेज योर एक्सपेंसेस. इंडिया में ऐसा कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है. इट्स लाइक अंटिल यू रीच सर्टेन एज, मतलब घर से पैसे आते रहेंगे, आप मतलब आई बिलीव उतना वैल्यू पता नहीं चलता अनलेस यू गो
करेक्ट
टू अ
करेक्ट
डिफरेंट कंट्री वेयर
करेक्ट
यू आर
करेक्ट.
मैनेजिंग योर ओन एक्सपेंसेस. So
हाँ, इसमें
yeah.
इसमें जो मेन पॉइंट पे था वो ये था कि
Mm,
हाँ फिर बीच में 2-3 महीने मेरे को दिक्कत आई थी अपने
mm,
हाउस का और खाने का पे करने की.
mm,
तो मैंने फिर उसके हस्बैंड को ही बोला, कहने लगे कि
mm,
आई नीड सम पार्ट टाइम जॉब.
mm.
उसने बोला कि आपको हम यहाँ पे हिटिंग पार्टनर की तरह रख रहे हैं, बट
Okay,
वी वोंट बी एबल टू कीप यू एज अ कोच बिकॉज ऑफ द लैंग्वेज बैरियर.
Hmm.
okay.
दे वर यूज्ड टू स्पीक चेक.
Oh, okay, check.
Obviously they speak Czech. So he said,
Mm,
but you can still talk to the caretaker of the club. His name is Milan. Maybe he can
mm,
give you some work to,
mm.
uh, bear with your expenses. तो
Mm.
उसके पास काम था कोर्ट साफ करना,
Okay.
घास घास काटना,
Yeah.
पोछा लगाना और
हाँ.
सारी अलग अलग कटिंग्स.
Mm.
तो पहले उसने मेरे को घास काटना सिखाया
Mm.
और मेरे को ढंग से हो नहीं रहा था मेरे से. सो
Mm.
आई डोंट नो व्हाई, बट अगर आपने ये सब काम नहीं किया होता यू फील एम्बेरेस्ड.
Right, right.
तो
I mean, totally.
मेरे से घास नहीं कट रही
Mm.
और अभी मैं पिस्कोवा के साथ खेल के आया हूँ. और
Uh,
मुझे वो और अजीब लग रहा है कि वो अब अपनी स्ट्रेचेस कर रही है और मैं घास काट रहा हूँ.
that's
तो
embarrassing. Totally. Man.
एक्चुअली मेरे को प्लिस्कोवा ने गाइड किया कि यू हैव टू
Mm.
होल्ड इट लाइक दिस.
Oh,
ठीक है.
crazy.
फिर अब एक दिन पोछा मारना था और
Mm.
उनका कुछ दैट मॉप वाज आई थिंक सम इट
Mm.
वाज अ डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग. मेरे को नहीं आया वो यूज करना और
Mm.
बहुत एम्बेरेसिंग था वो. तो बहुत
Mm.
एम्बेरेसिंग.
Mm.
अब मेरे से वो हो नहीं रहा और ये
Mm.
सब लोग लंच कर रहे हैं क्योंकि ये आफ्टर प्रैक्टिस था.
Hmm.
Correct. हाँ.
डैनियल वेलवर्डू, क्रिस्टीना, कैरोलिना,
Mm.
Zusha, one more guy.
Mm.
They all were sitting.
And having
So
their
then,
lunch.
so then he came up to me
Oh.
and he
Mm.
showed me how to use it.
Oh.
फिर
That's
मेरे को लगा कि अगर
mm,
इसी को दिक्कत नहीं है तो मैं क्यों इतना
mm.
सोच रहा हूँ. लेट मी डू इट.
एग्जैक्टली. यहाँ पे ना मतलब दे फील कोई भी काम ऐसा मतलब ये
छोटा
सोच के
बड़ा
नहीं
नहीं होता.
करते.
छोटा बड़ा
छोटा
नहीं
बड़ा
होता.
एग्जैक्टली.
Exactly.
इवन आई वाज वर्किंग एज लाइक फूड सर्विस वर्कर में, जो फ्राइज बनाते हैं ना, वो फ्राइज देता था मैं यूजुअली ऑर्डर्स दे के. आई मीन आई वाज अ ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट बट स्टिल टू अर्न अप माय एक्सपेंसेस आई वाज डूइंग इट. मतलब शुरू शुरू में मेरे को भी ऐसा फील हुआ. देन आई स्टार्टेड टू सी द कल्चर, लाइक एवरी, आई मीन इवन द लोकल यूएस के लोग भी दे आर डूइंग इट. आई मीन आई हैड few of my friends जो यूएस के बंदे थे, इवन दे वर डूइंग इट अलोंग विद मी. देन मतलब दे डिडंट हैव अ थिंग इन वेयर इन लाइक प्राइड. मतलब सब लोग मतलब बड़े बड़े गाड़ी में आते हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि they couldn't afford and that's why they are working because as you said after 18 they are on their own. शायद मतलब उनके पापा के
करेक्ट करेक्ट.
गाड़ी लेके आते हैं शायद.
कल्चर में ही है वो.
Culture.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So that gives them a spirit of hope कि जो भी हो जाए I can earn my money and I can I mean, many of them, they were like, paying their college tuition fees based on that. They used to get like scholarship, and that's a different, I mean, I didn't knew until I came here that you can, bear your own expenses.
Correct, correct,
So
correct.
we probably have to, like, build something of that sort in our tennis culture as well. Like, you can still at least, because when I see the stats, the coach, I mean, I see uh, जितने कोच एंड जितने खेलने वाले लोग हैं, ऑलमोस्ट आई थिंक देयर around about 1 crore people. I mean, not professionally playing, but like who wants
Overall
to
players who are
overall
playing, they
play.
are around 70 lakhs to 90
70
lakhs
to
ऐसे कुछ.
90 lakhs, yeah, in India. So उनके लिए coaches and coach उतने available नहीं है. So probably एक जो भी मतलब, let's say many people would have, left playing tennis if they couldn't make it to a pro level. They can, come in at least part time की तरह कुछ तो करके, at least they should teach how much ever possible they know. They can, like, I mean, 30-40 is the best example. Like, at least they can join you guys as like a part-time coach or something like that, and they can share their knowledge. This, builds a community of people. जब मतलब लोग देखेंगे आसपास टेनिस बातें करेंगे एंड लोग खेलते रहेंगे, we, I mean, I believe that is the way going forward, creating an interest. And then so
So like
um,
right now, what I have realized is we need coaches education.
exactly, right,
वो
right.
इंडिया में नहीं है. So
Mm.
I somehow tried to get a Spanish coach to India.
Okay, okay, okay.
Now he's here, and now
Awesome,
we are working on having a free program for coaches all over India
awesome,
on
awesome,
every Monday for 2 or 3 hours.
awesome.
कि
Mm-hmm.
आप आओ और
Yeah,
हम आपको फ्री में सिखाएंगे.
awesome. That's
Super.
a good initiative.
तो
Yeah,
लेट्स सी कि अगर ये इस महीने के या नेक्स्ट महीने के एंड तक हो जाए,
awesome. That's really a good initiative, Arnav.
तो फिर वो
Probably at least.
एजुकेशन आ जाएगा थोड़ा.
Super.
That
No,
will
आपके
surely create an avenue.
सेंटर्स कहाँ कहाँ पे, लाइक इंडिया में?
तो अभी दो तो मेरी होम सिटी में है, मुजफ्फरनगर.
Mm,
मुजफ्फरनगर, ओके.
एक गुड़गांव में है, एक स्कूल में
mm.
जो कि रेजिडेंशियल है. स्टे,
ओके.
Okay.
फूड, एजुकेशन, टेनिस, एवरीथिंग इन वन कैंपस.
सुपर.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
फिर एक है दिल्ली
Mm,
में, मैं यूज करता रहता हूँ अलग अलग कोर्स रेंट करके, जैसे फॉर फ्यू
mm.
डेज नाउ आई एम यूजिंग आईआईटी फॉर लास्ट 2 months, आईआईटी
Yeah,
दिल्ली.
ओके.
awesome.
ओके.
एंड देन वी हैव वन इन अलीकांते, स्पेन.
ओके.
Oh, okay.
एंड नाउ
Awesome.
आई एम ट्राइंग टू गेट इनटू न्यू जर्सी, यूएस.
US. Awesome. Awesome.
तो
That's
मेरा
that's.
मेरा क्या
Mm,
था, यूएस वाली एकेडमी का
mm,
पर्पस कि
mm,
बहुत ही ऐसे एलियन माइंडसेट के साथ पेरेंट्स
mm.
सीधा 4 साल के लिए यूएस कॉलेज में डाल देते हैं,
Got it. Got it. Yeah.
जिंदगी भर अपने साथ रखते हैं बच्चे को और फिर सीधा 4 साल
Mm.
के लिए भेज देते हैं.
हाँ, 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 हाँ.
तो मेरे दिमाग में था कि वो एक बार 2 महीने होके आ जाए,
Mm,
लाइफ
mm,
स्टाइल देख लें, चीजें समझ लें,
mm, mm.
फिर डिसाइड करें यूएस कॉलेज करना है नहीं करना.
करना है नहीं करना है, राइट
तो
राइट.
उस एकेडमी को खोलने का या टाई अप करने का सिर्फ वही एक एजेंडा है.
Totally makes
सुपर.
sense, totally makes sense, Arnav. That's I mean, lot of information,
लॉट
Arnav.
ऑफ
जो
इंफॉर्मेशन.
मतलब I didn't feel that podcast कर रहे हैं. I felt like, हम लोग कुछ we are
कहीं
discussing
इट्स लाइक
कुछ.
दोस्त लोग है कहीं
Yeah.
बिछड़े हुए
बताओ,
हैं.
आप ही बताओ फिर मेरे को कि टेक कहाँ आएगी.
Tech. तो मतलब, I mean, yeah, I mean, as I said, like, data and sports analytics is a big part. So probably it has to be an amalgamation of, like, tennis knowledge and, data as a part. मतलब हम लोग अगर engineers इंडिया के लिए work नहीं करेंगे तो it would not make any difference. We can't rely on someone else to come and, possibly make help and contribute in a manner. सब लोग मतलब पैसे देखते हैं, क्रिकेट में पैसा है, उसमें पैसा है, देन प्रॉब्ली इन्वेस्टर्स आएंगे या फिर एडवर्टाइज वाले लोग आएंगे कि आप ना टेनिस मैच भी देख लो, आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा डीडी स्पोर्ट्स पेयर होगा, एंड I mean, many would not even, like, watch. So I mean, it has to, like, start in the root level, and then probably एक बार जब एक बंदा जाके he would, like, win a tournament or compete against the best of the best, then that time जाके फिर जाके देखेंगे, oh okay, टेनिस में भी हम लोग we can, win and all. But with that being said, we have to, like, start at the root level, because एक level होने के बाद support करना सब लोग तो करेंगे ही करेंगे,
उस टाइम पे तो सपोर्ट चाहिए ही नहीं होता.
चाहिए ही नहीं होता. So probably, yeah, our main intention is to, possibly help our Indian tennis uh, in whatever way possible, because we are engineers. We can, at least थोड़ा बहुत तो मतलब tech और data या फिर related to tennis, we can possibly work on that aspect, and also putting a point like creating awareness, मतलब government को reach होना या फिर tennis fans को reach होना with through this D-Sport AI medium. We would love to do that, Arnav.
So
So
next
yeah.
for what you said, like
Mhm.
now I'm trying to make an app for 30-40.
Okay, okay.
इसमें क्या होगा कि
Mm,
एक तो
mm,
सबके
mm.
पास पैन इंडिया मेरी एक्सेसिबिलिटी होगी.
Okay, okay,
तो
okay.
इवन इफ दे आर इन कैलकाटा, क्योंकि मेरे पास दिल्ली से ज्यादा पूरे इंडिया के प्लेयर्स आते हैं.
Right,
सो
right.
नाउ दे हैव
Mm,
एक्सेसिबिलिटी कि वो मेरे से
mm,
बात कर ले,
mm,
और
mm,
मैं
mm.
उनको ऑनलाइन टिप्स दूंगा और कोचिंग प्रोवाइड
Mm.
करूंगा उनके कोचेस के साथ. अगर वो कोच
Awesome,
इंडिया में
awesome.
ना कोचेस
Mm.
कोलैबोरेशन नहीं,
Right,
इनसिक्योरिटी बहुत है,
right.
Exactly.
तो उसमें
Right.
कुछ नहीं हो सकता.
Mm,
तो
mm,
अगर वो
mm,
कोच ओके है मेरे
mm,
मेथड्स पे काम करने के लिए, या वो मेरे को कुछ सजेशन दे, मेरे को कोई दिक्कत नहीं है
mm,
सीखने में यार,
mm,
वो उन्हें
mm,
सीखने से
mm, mm.
दिक्कत है,
Right, right, right.
तो या तो वो मेरे से ऑनलाइन कोचिंग ले लो,
Mm,
और
mm, mm,
जितनी भी सारी सर्विसेज हैं मैं उसको एक हर इंडिविजुअल को एक ऐसे उसको क्लब करूं,
mm, 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 mm.
टेनिस जर्नी में, चाहे
Awesome.
वो रिक्रिएशनल प्लेयर हो चाहे प्रोफेशनल प्लेयर हो, उसको एक
Right,
एज मिले.
right. It has to be an मतलब एक ही मीडियम में सब लोग कनेक्ट हो सके, एटलीस्ट पता
कनेक्ट भी
तो
हो
चला
सके
कि
और कुछ वैल्यू मिले उसको कि
राइट,
अगर अर्नब
टोटली.
ने बोला मेरे फोरहैंड में ये है, तो ये
हम्म,
कैसे है, फिर मैं उस
हम्म,
प्लेटफॉर्म पे और इंटरनेशनल कोचेस ले आऊं, ताकि
टोटली
एक
मेक्स
ही
सेंस.
वीडियो पे 10 कोचेस फीडबैक दे पाए और डिस्कशन भी हो पाए.
राइट, राइट,
क्योंकि
टोटली
वो
मेक्स सेंस.
बहुत टफ नहीं है. जैसे इट्स लाइक
हम्म,
मेरे दिमाग में दो तीन चीजें हैं, जैसे मैकडोनल्ड्स, अर्बन कंपनी, बायजूस, इन तीनों का कॉम्बिनेशन टाइप कुछ
कॉम्बिनेशन
30-40 बन जाए टेनिस में.
मेक
तो
सेंस.
रिसेंटली जैसे मैंने बताया मैं 2 महीने से आईआईटी जा रहा हूँ, so lot of IITians come to the tennis courts just to see
ओ,
us play.
ओ, ओके, ओके.
So then they are
क्रेजी,
like, "You
क्रेजी.
play amazing. Can you please teach me?
टीच मी.
I won't be able to pay your fees." मैंने कहा बार्टर कर लेते हैं, आप मेरी ऐप बना दो, फिर मैं आपको टेनिस सिखा
Yeah, I mean, probably we have taken enough of your time,
दूंगा.
so we just want to thank you so much, Arnav, for sharing
Thank
us
you
so
so
much
much
of
for doing
information.
this.
Yeah, we would love to have you again sometime, एक
Sure,
बार
sure,
season खत्म
sure.
होने के बाद, and we just love having you, and I wish you all the best, and please let us know if we can be of any help sometimes. So yeah.